Everybody, welcome to online class. In the last class we have started with the fourth unit. So in today's class we'll start with the difference between the primary market and secondary market. Primary market and secondary market. So we'll understand this difference with the help of the point. The first point is entry to market. So in the primary market all companies can enter into the markets. When we compare it to the secondary market, only those companies which have issued securities in primary market, that is which are listed in the secondary market, can enter into the market. Next comes is the purpose. The main purpose of the primary market is creating long-term instruments for savings and investments, whereas in secondary market the purpose is providing liquidity for those instruments which are already issued by the companies. Okay. Next comes is the issues made or deals. In case of primary market, the primary market deals with the issue of new securities, whereas secondary market is a market which deals with the existing securities. Next comes is the location. See, there is no fixed location for the primary market, whereas secondary market needs fixed place for trading the securities. Next comes is the transfer of securities. See, the securities, for the first time securities are created and they are transferred for the first time in the primary market, whereas in the secondary market securities are transferred from the one person to another through stock exchange. Next comes is the regulation. See, the stock exchange, that is the primary market, is regulated by the SEBI, stock exchange and companies regulation are applied, whereas for secondary market, or you can say the secondary market is subject to regulation both from within and outside the company. Lastly, administration and management. See, there is no definite administration setup is available. There is no definite management facility is available for the primary market, whereas secondary market has a definite administration setup by the stock exchange. Okay. The next topic is significance of the stock exchange. Stock market represents what? The secondary market where existing securities like shares, debentures, government securities, bonds are traded. Stock exchanges are instrumental in the smooth and efficient functioning of financial system. Then what are the significance of stock exchange? We'll understand one by one. First one is liquidity and marketability. See, stock exchange provides what? Liquidity and marketability to the securities. So in stock exchange, companies or any investor can purchase or sell the securities as and when it is needed, and he or she can get the cash for the securities. Then comes is promotes thrifts. That is, stock exchange promotes for the saving habits among the people. Next comes is educates and protects the investors. It protects and educates the investors by giving the trainings and information regarding the securities which are traded in the stock exchange. Next comes is provides transparency. It provides what? Stock exchange provides more transparency in dealings through online and internet trading. That is, it reveals the price of the securities and it reveals the financial statements of the company as it maintains the transparency in dealings. Next comes is regulates trade practices. It regulates the trade practices, then brings mobility of capital from person to person and from one country to another country. Then the next comes is information. It communicates the reliable information to the investors so that they can take the investment decisions. Then there is what easy and timely settlement is available. Okay. Then all round economic development of a country. So because of the stock exchange, it helps for the all-round economic development of a country. Next comes is working of stock exchange. See, the Indian stock market have a five-tier form. They are regional stock exchange, national stock exchange, over-the-counter exchange of India, Bombay Stock Exchange, and interconnected stock exchange of India. At present, there are 23 stock exchanges in India, 19 regional stock exchanges, which includes along with the 19 regional stock exchanges, there is Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, Over-the-Counter Exchange of India, and Interconnected Stock Exchange of India. The 19 regional stock exchanges are located at Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Bhubaneswar, Kolkata, Cochin, Coimbatore, Delhi, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Indore, Jaipur, Kanpur, Ludhiana, Chennai, Mangalore, Pune, Patna, Rajkot and Vadodara. Then the National Stock Exchange was set up in the year 1994. It was the first modern stock exchange to bring new technology, new trading practices, new institutions and new products or instruments. The Over-the-Counter Exchange of India was set up in the year 1992 as a stock exchange providing small and medium-sized companies to generate capital. This exchange has been jointly promoted by UTI, ICICI, IDBI, SBI, IFCI, GIC and Canara Bank Financial Services. The Interconnected Stock Exchange is a stock exchange of stock exchanges, and the Bombay Stock Exchange was formed in the year 1875. Okay. Then we'll understand the organization and structure of the stock exchanges. 14 stock exchanges are organized as a public limited companies, 6 as companies limited by guarantee, and 3 are voluntary non-profit organizations. Okay, then what are the recognition of stock exchange? See, the recognition of stock exchange is important for the 2 marks. Out of total 23 stock exchanges, only 9 have been granted permanent recognition. Others have to seek recognition every year on annual basis. Okay. Then next is regulation of stock exchange in India. The first one is central government. See, central government under the Securities Contract Act 1956 provides for recognition of stock exchange, supervision and control of the stock exchange, regulation of contracts in securities, listing of securities and transfer of securities. Next comes is Securities Exchange Board of India Act 1992. This provides formation of SEBI to project investors to promote and regulate the capital market. Next comes is membership of stock exchanges. Brokers are the members of stock exchanges. Non-members cannot trade on stock exchanges. That is, non-members cannot buy or sell the securities in the stock exchanges. Brokers trade on stock exchanges on their own account or on behalf of clients. Okay, the brokers who trade on stock exchanges on their own account are known as the jobbers, and the one who trade on stock exchange on behalf of the clients are known as the agents. Next comes is the listing of securities. The companies have to list their securities on the exchanges through Central Listing Authority so that the securities are available for trading. A security listed on one exchange is permitted for trading on the other stock exchanges also. Next comes is trading system. On the basis of technology, the trading system is classified as online screen based electronic trading system and open outcry system cold system, which is a old system. Almost all the stock exchanges in India are going electronic trading. So it has now shifted from the floor of stock exchanges to the brokers' offices where transactions are executed through computer terminals. In screen-based electronic trading system, a member can feed into a computer the number of securities and the prices at which he would like to transact them, and the transaction is executed as soon as it finds a matching order from a counterparty. So this screen-based electronic trading system has led to the integration of different stock exchanges and trading centers spread over the entire country into a single trading platform. Okay. Next comes is internet trading. See, SEBI has permitted terminals as well as internet trading system in India and abroad also. Now, the investor in any part of the world can route the order through the internet for trading in Indian scripts. Internet trading is more effective and less costly as compared to trading terminals. On the basis of order and quotations, there are two types of trading system. One is order driven trading system, another one is quote driven trading system. Okay. In order driven trading system, orders from all over the country or abroad are entered into an electronic system based on terminal or internet and matched directly and continuously without the involvement of a jobber or a market maker. Once it is matched, the trading takes place. In the quote-driven trading system, these are jobbers and market makers who continuously offer two-way quotes, buy and sell quotes, and these jobbers and market makers are willing to buy and sell any quantity. Bombay Stock Exchange provides both order-driven and quote-driven trading systems, but National Stock Exchange provides only the order-driven trading system. Next comes is circuit brokers. See, in 1995, SEBI has introduced scrip-wise daily circuit brokers price bonds to restrict too much valuation in prices of securities. The circuit breakers bring a halt or suspension in trading for a specified period in the securities whose market prices vary unusually very high or very low, that is move out of a pre-specified band. Individual scrip wise 20% either way has been prescribed for all securities. For example, let us suppose the price of L&T share is rupees 1000 on the opening of market. If the price of L&T share involved to either rupees 800 or rupees 1200, the circuit breakers applies because the move of 20% either way is rupees 200. Trading days on Indian stock exchanges are from Monday to Friday except national public holidays. Next comes is the Demat account. It is an account opened with depository institutions to dematerialize the securities certificates, that is converting physical certificates of securities on paper into an electronic book entry form of holding certificates of securities. Demat account means what? Converting physical certificate of securities on paper into an electronic book entry form of holding certificates of securities. Dematerialization of securities avoids the problems of theft, fake and forged transfers, transfer delays and paperwork. National Securities Depository Limited and Central Depository Service Limited offer trading facility in dematerialized form. More than 99% of the turnover settled by delivery is in dematerialized form. In other words, dematerialization is a process of converting physical form of share certificates and securities in paper form into electronic form credited to Demat account opened with NSDL or CDSL. Last point is risk management. To promote safe and efficient stock market, stock exchanges have laid down trading rules and regulations for brokers. To curb excess volatility, circuit breakers credited trade and settlement guarantee fund to ensure timely settlements. They set up a clearing corporation to guarantee financial settlement of all trades in order to reduce credit risk in the settlement system. SEBI's order for risk management is one of the landmark achievements of financial market reforms. Other things we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.